I am Lights Camera Jackson. Welcome to LCJ Live. Today is Sunday, May 28, 2023. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Little Mermaid weekend, Spider-Verse week, the summer movie season in full swing. Breaking at this moment is Disney's estimate for The Little Mermaid this Memorial Day weekend, which is 95.5 for the 3-day. It did not get to $100 million for the 3-day, 117.5 for the 4-day. They are expecting it to make $22 million tomorrow. So, a little surprised that Disney did not get Little Mermaid to $100 million for the 3-day. Now, maybe when the actual results are released, probably Tuesday, for the long weekend. Maybe it will, but you look at Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania did 104, 105, something like that. That was obviously considered low, but Little Mermaid could not get there for the 3-day, which is very interesting. 95.5, 117.5. Look, it's another Disney live-action remake and an okay movie. A good first 45 minutes, a not-so-great last hour and a half. I think Ursula, the character of Ursula, Melissa McCarthy, she's all in. She's game. Halle Bailey is likable as Ariel for sure. When it gets above the sea, a lot on land, the romance, a lot of it is very, reminded me a lot of the Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella reimaginings in terms of the format and where we're going. And there's a lot of Sebastian the Crab, and there's new songs, and there's new aspects. Yeah, not a huge fan of the new Little Mermaid movie. Not a disaster, but just not a home run completely for me. It did well, but not exceptional, not Lion King levels, not Beauty and the Beast levels. Beauty and the Beast in March of 2017 opened to $175 million. That Lion King reimagining from 2019, $183 million, I believe. So not quite as high as some of the others, but a little bit higher than your Cinderella from 2015, Maleficent, which opened to about 70 million, I believe, back in 2014. Not even to the levels of Alice in Wonderland, which sort of kicked off all this back in 2010. The Alice in Wonderland opened to 120 million almost, with the 3D craze underway right after Avatar. 120 million 3-day. So Little Mermaid did well, but not outstanding. But Disney still has other movies this summer, including Elemental, which closed Cannes yesterday, and Indiana Jones, which played Cannes the other day. And those are going to be big. I think Indiana Jones especially will be huge. I hope Elemental does well. I hope the movie's fun. And Haunted Mansion also for Disney in July. We'll see how that does. In second is Fast 10 with $23 million, which is a two-thirds drop. I mean, it made $67 million last weekend. It's up to $107.9. 4-day, it'll add another $5 or $6 million to that. That's a big drop, going from 67.5 down to 23. That's a big drop. Will it get to the $170 million of the other Fast and Furious? I don't know at this point. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 added $20 million this weekend. It's at basically $300 million, and it'll make another $5 or $6 million tomorrow to get 305, 306. Now I think, even though Spider-Man is this week, there will still be Marvel fans who go to Guardians over the next couple weekends. I could see Guardians making a run at trying to get to the 333 of the original, the 343 of Thor: Love and Thunder from last summer. Didn't necessarily think it was going to happen out of the gate, but now with the steady declines, the not-so-huge drops, Guardians almost beat Fast and Furious this weekend. It was only 900,000 shy of Fast and Furious on Friday. Wow. Yeah, Guardians could get to that 333, which I think Disney would be happy with. Mario added another 6.3 million. It's at 558.9. It'll get over 560 over the long holiday weekend. This is it, though, pretty much. I think because of Spider-Verse, new major animated movie coming out this weekend from Sony. And I'll give you my predictions of how I think it's going to do here coming up in a second. So I think Mario will close things out close to 570, and that'll be its domestic total. An amazing run for Universal and Illumination's Super Mario Brothers movie. We go to a couple new movies that opened this weekend, a couple new comedies. The Machine out of the gate, had a strong Thursday and Friday, but the fans who wanted to see the movie went right away. It declined yesterday, today. 4.9 million for The Machine and 4.3 million for the 3-day for About My Father, the new comedy with Sebastian Maniscalco and Robert De Niro. I'll be seeing this week. Just 4.3 million. So those films didn't do exceptionally well. Another comedy opened. I'll get to that in a second. Another new movie that opened, Kandahar, Gerard Butler's solid, better second half than first half action drama. 2.4 million from Open Road. This was one of the latest Regal Monday mystery movies. And, just a small percentage of the Gerard Butler fandom who went to see a movie like Angel Has Fallen, which opened at 22 million in 2019. This Kandahar, just 2.4 million this weekend. Then 1.4 million for A24's Julia Louis-Dreyfus comedy, You Hurt My Feelings, which I saw the other day, and it's terrible. It is just not funny. Oh, wow. It's a tough one to get through. It's boring, it's drab, it's dull. It's like, who cares? These first world problems. Who cares about these people? Yeah, not a good film. Evil Dead Rise added 1.1 million. It's at 66.2. And rounding out your top 10 this weekend is Book Club: The Next Chapter, which added 920,000 to bring its total to 16.1. We're just barely basically over what the first book club opened to back in 2018. It's really too bad. I mean, I don't hate the movie. I don't love the movie. It's not as good as the first one. But I think Folks Features has to be shocked at how poor this movie is doing overall. I know people who have gone to see it. I know people over the last couple of weeks who have gone to see it. But it's only made $16 million. 80 for Brady made 39 in comparison, which is even a little lower than I thought it might do. But 39 compared to 16. And the first book club made $68 million. Wow. There will not be a third chapter of Book Club. This is the end of the Book Club franchise. It's got to be. Because it went from 6.5, which wasn't even a good start to begin with, down to 3 last weekend, dropped more than half. And then 920,000, way under half this weekend. Yeah. John Wick Chapter 4 and Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret from Lionsgate, I believe, out of the top 10 this weekend. So we've got Spider-Verse. As I posted the other day, it needs more than 48.5 million, I believe. 48.5 million is not a lot. I mean, it's a lot of money, yes. But it only needs 48.5 million to have the biggest opening weekend ever domestically for a Sony Pictures Animation movie. Yes, it needs $48.5 million. The movie that did just shy of that was 2015's Hotel Transylvania 2. Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation, did just a bit less than that, just a couple $1 million less than Hotel Transylvania 2 total, that 167, 168, 169 range. That was back in 2018. So, and the first Spider-Verse movie only opened to $35 million, totaled $190 because it was the Christmas time, it was the holidays, families, and people who discovered, oh my gosh, this movie is visually incredible, takes the Spider-Verse and the Spider-Man character to new levels, and this movie may win the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, so people had to go, and of course it did win. It swept the award season, kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, I remember being at New York Comic Con in October of 2018, early October 2018. They showed the first 35 minutes of the movie. The crowd went nuts. Everybody went crazy, and we all realized, oh my gosh, this is legit. Not to say it wasn't legit to begin with, but this is a legit animated feature contender. This is unlike anything we haven't seen before. This is not some simple throwaway, oh, we're using the Spider-Man brand and just giving you something. No, this is bold storytelling. And that's what this new Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, is hoping to deliver as well. I will be seeing Spider-Verse this week. So I think it's got to do at least 60 million, if not more. People have been waiting for this movie for nearly 4.5 years. And we're going to get a third installment in a little less than a year, I believe. March of next year is the second half of this two-part finale trilogy, if you want to call it that, though they've taken away the part 1 and part 2 from the titles. So I think it's got to do at least 60, if not close to 70 million. If it does more, great. Sony is thrilled out of their minds. It's got to do at least 60 million. it will have the biggest opening weekend ever domestically for a Sony Pictures animation movie. It absolutely will. I have seen Padre Pio, which I'll share my thoughts on later this week. It's a Shia LaBeouf drama, which is available VOD, digital platforms. It's going to be in some theaters as well. The Boogeyman is also out this week, and if the horror fans come out, Boogeyman could be number 3 next weekend. Spider-Verse, I think, will be number 1. Little Mermaid, a close-ish second weekend. Little Mermaid goes down to 55. I think Spider-Verse will do more than that. It could be a battle. Sony would not like to see Spider-Verse open number 2 against second weekend Little Mermaid. Boogeyman could be number 3 if it does about 13, 14 million. I think that'll be more than what Fast and Guardians do. So let's say Spider-Verse 70, Little Mermaid 55, Boogeyman at least 14, 15 million dollars. In limited release this weekend, coming up is Past Lives, which I'm really looking forward to seeing soon. It's the new A24 drama. Christian Kozlowski, almost halfway through 2023. Any favorite movies of the year so far? I'd have to go back through my list because I don't have them all in my head right now. But if you have not yet seen Blackberry, go see Blackberry. Glenn Howerton gives a fantastic performance. I've also seen Flamin' Hot, which is on Hulu and Disney Plus June 9. And it is one of the best movies I've seen so far this year. I am pleasantly surprised how good it is. You think, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos story, is this going to feel too forced? Is it going to feel flat? No, it is genuine. It is sincere. It's very interesting. And the performances across the board are excellent. So check out Flamin' Hot when it's on Hulu and Disney Plus on June 9. Very quickly before we go today on LCJ Live, I want to mention some television show finales. It's the end of May, the Emmy cutoff period, and some shows are ending this week and have already ended. The finale of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is now on Prime Video, is spectacular. Watch it. The season 3 finale, which could be the series finale of Ted Lasso, is this Wednesday on Apple TV+. Hope it's good. And tonight on HBO, it's the series finales of Barry and Succession. A lot of people are going to tune in for those. A lot of people are going to watch these other finales. It's a big time for television finales this week. When we're back here next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, I believe, for LCJ Live, we'll see how Spider-Verse does. We'll see how Past Lives does in limited release. We'll see how The Boogeyman does. And we will preview the return of the Transformers to the big screen. If you want a full box office rundown of the previous Transformers movies, go to lights-camera-jackson.com. That's in the blog section. As always, go to my Twitter. That's at LCJ Reviews. And Instagram at LightsCamJackson. Thank you for watching today's episode of LCJ Live. Have a good Sunday. Have a good Memorial Day weekend. And I will see you in the month of June for the next edition of LCJ Live. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.